What's up, guys? Welcome back. Another edition Holy Trinity Football Podcast. It's me, welcoming you from the U.S. capital, the blue state, the Commonwealth, Pennsylvania. To my west, D-Berg, what's up?
Another day, another dollar.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Ken, to my east, what's up?
Whew. Tired, but it's a season. This time change, it never does me any good. I thought we were supposed to be done with daylight savings or whatnot. Or is this the
The end
last?
is near, I thought. Yeah.
The end is near.
I don't need to be going back and forth like this.
Fair.
Weather turned though. It was nice yesterday. It's very cold right now. You guys got cold weather too?
Yes.
Not yet. I think Friday.
It was pretty brisk today. I think it's going to warm up tomorrow, but then cool down for the next handful of days. So we're kind of back and forth. So that's where we're right there. This is week 11. Week 10, what do we have?
Week 10 was good. There were some good games there in week 10. Do we want to start at the top? I think you were the headliner in the noon. No, I guess Texas, Kansas State was a headliner in the noon slot, but you were the second headliner. You were the undercard there.
Yeah, K-State back from the dead. But yeah, Irish go down to Clemson.
What do you make of Gerard? Are you happy with Gerard, or what do you make here?
So this is what I was doing this on my walk today. I haven't listened to anything all week. I haven't read anything. Just been, I guess, enjoying this college basketball, and I've just been going elsewhere with stuff because the season's what it is now. But
oh man,
the things I wanted to say here was, I think, yeah, I'm ready to move on from Parker. And at the beginning of the year, I said, who knows? Give him a chance. It's a Hartman year. See what can happen. With Hartman leaving and no real need for a returning quarterback system to be in place, I think you need to look elsewhere. There's no reason that this team offensively peaked in.
Do you think they peaked or was a product of competition?
No, I'm saying I think they peaked at Ohio State game.
Oh,
they looked great on offense that game. I mean, they scored 14 points, but
I was going to say it's impressive to score 14 points, and that's a peak.
You scored 14 against that kind of defense. 2 times you turned over on downs in their red zone. Like they moved the ball up and down. They might have punted once, maybe twice all game in the final drive.
Yeah,
they looked good that game on offense, just couldn't finish drives, which was kind of bad for peaking. I mean, yeah, they scored against NC State and the Pitt game and stuff, but still, I mean, the last few weeks I've been on here telling you, even the USC game, I was like, yeah, the offense wasn't good, even though they scored 50 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think it's time to move on. I said beginning of the year, we can, yeah, sure, bring him on. Who knows what he can do? Why not give him this year? But I think you need with no quarterback come back next year. Why not find someone that can run offense? The defense, the stop rate, the metrics, all that stuff. The defense is really good. I mean, it's not going to be good next year, but they gave some runs last week. But you're not going to hold every team to 13 points. And throwing the pick six in there, the short fields with the muff punt and stuff. The defense played fine. But Notre Dame puts up 24 points when they scored 23, but most times it's going to be fine to win. But the whole second half, estimate 3 carries. I mean, sure, Parker's a little strapped because the receivers. Will was saying this is like watching Penn State, watching the Notre Dame receivers try and get open.
Oh yeah,
our receiving cores are so bad. Like you combine them, and we still have nothing. I mean, sure, some of it's on Hartman, some of it's on. I mean, the defense can just key on the run because they know the receivers aren't going to get open. With Mitchell Evans out, that was tough for Hartman. So it's just like a little bit of many things, and I think the easy way out here is, bring somebody new in. I don't know if Freeman's going to do that or not. The first time I really got mad at I'm not mad, but I was like, what is he doing? Notre Dame down. They had first and goal at the Clemson 3 in the second quarter, late in the second quarter, and they didn't get on the first 3 downs. They got down to like the 1.5 and kicked the field goal. You have 3 timeouts. If you don't get it, they're backed up on their own 1. Like, you need to be a little more aggressive. He's way too conservative, I think, but that I'm not gonna get too out of that yet. Maybe year 4, that's something I would be upset about. But yeah, Parker go, and I guess the other thing I'm gonna say is we need to see Angeli. I mean, you're 7-3 now. Like, what are we doing? It's Wake Forest. Let Hartman play the first half next game. Give Angeli the whole second half. Stanford, maybe the same thing, first half, second half. And then the bowl game, just tell Sam, hey, go get ready for the league. Let Angeli play the whole bowl game. Like, you need to, if you don't land a quarterback, you need to see what you have here. And as far as corner goes, maybe somebody new, or I don't know, but it's just kind of puzzling. The offense is just bad, but I guess it's Parker, receivers, some Hartman's taking the blame, but I mean, you look what he's throwing to. No one's open.
But you know, the thing I've seen brought up is this is also the Hartman that I guess you're not getting the hundreds of yards each game, but he's the guy that would turn the ball over a decent amount at Wake.
That's not really, I don't think, I mean, yeah, that's obviously it's a big deal, but I mean, end of the game, he's forcing things, but even like a standard, like 2nd and 7 in the first quarter, when there's no real pressure, it's 0-0. Like, no one's open. It's infuriating.
Mm.
And then I think as the game wears on, he takes more risk and forces things, but
yeah, it's frustrating. It was new to see from a Penn State fan's perspective, if you are one, which I'm not. A different receiver getting open, or at least providing some type of help to Keandre Lambert-Smith. But no, I agree. It's hard to get anything done if you can't have anybody help loosen anything up.
Yeah, the defense just focuses on the run.
Penn State's even worse off. They can't run the ball either. So.
Well, the Notre Dame just abandoned the run. That's what was the weird thing. Like Park, we estimated 3 carries the second half. He was awesome the first half. And then people say, well, with no Mitchell Evans, you shouldn't need to rely on a tight end to carry your offense.
Well, I was
play bye week, get Wake, and then Stanford game could be tricky if you can't score. But so I guess in summation, Parker, I don't have anything against him. He had a year to prove it. He didn't really do it. He had good quarterback, not good receivers. I get it.
You think is he apt to make this change? You think he'll do it?
No.
What's the inside feeling?
No, I don't. No, he won't.
He won't. Okay. All right.
I don't think he will.
All right. Well, it's your season. Yeah, it was basically Capital One Bowl or something of that coming up, right?
I mean, that's I guess it could have been a New Year's Six at some point, but
yeah.
I mean, my
things are
thoughts
going.
on anything non-playoff.
Yeah. I know you had high hopes this year.
Well, thanks to Louisville, dash them those.
That's crazy, the Louisville. Do we still think they're paper tigers?
Yeah, I don't think they're good.
I don't think they're good.
I don't think so either. But that ACC, they'll get.
But I literally said the same thing about TCU, and they made the national championship.
That being said, I mean, how many teams do we think are actually good this year?
Maybe none.
I think, yeah, exactly. Like in some years, you're thinking like, There's like 3 teams that are like okay,
Yeah.
and there's like 7 that are like they're pretty good. This year, there's like 5 that are pretty good, and no.
Yeah. But
We shall see.
we shall see. The other game in that noon slot. Did you guys catch it? The Texas. I didn't get to catch too much football until the late window because of.
Yeah. I saw what was it? It was
K-State coming. K-State
no,
coming.
yeah. I'm trying to think of what point in the game I saw it. I missed the botched snap on the extra point because I thought they went for 2. I literally walked away. They got an offsides on the first attempt. Texas.
You were not already in festivities, were you at that point?
No, I was down at the hotel in the for that. And then I came back and it was tied. I was like, oh, they go for 2 because they got the offside. And I was like, I don't know why they would do that in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then I finally saw the replay of the botched snap. But yeah, it was weird because Texas could have been up by a lot more. Just one of those things. K-State very opportunistic, and then coming up short. I like the decision to go for whatever on 4th and goal from the 4.
Yeah.
At that point.
Mm-hmm.
Tough one to lose. I think yes, still the right move by Kleiman to go for it. I liked it. Play call wasn't all that good, but bummer that the missed extra point. That's what doomed them. That sucks. Would have been. I mean, that's a classic spot where Texas loses in past years, and that would have knocked the Big 12 out. But they're still alive. Now, I mean, all the doomsday scenarios have come up. You think Texas gets in over a one-loss SEC champion? Alabama, if that comes down to it.
Say it again. One more time.
Do you think a one-loss Texas gets in over a one-loss SEC champion, or it would be SEC champion, a one-loss Alabama, if it comes down to it?
I mean, I guess it's whatever way the
Head-to-head, I would say yes.
Whatever way the committee wants to.
That would be something.
Whatever guidelines they want to.
Why wouldn't Georgia be the odd team out?
I think Georgia wouldn't get in. Yeah, at that point, you'd have to say it would be the undefeated Florida State, the Big Ten champion,
Washington,
and
then
or
Bama
Oregon,
or Texas.
or Oregon at that point. Oregon could have enough steam to get in over that. But undefeated. So to that point, the undefeated Washington. So basically, undefeated. All other 3 are undefeateds.
Well, I mean, a one-loss Oregon's getting in over a one-loss Texas.
Right, I would say that too. So it would come down to Texas and Alabama then, right? Or unless Alabama's already in over, but then you can't put a one-loss Texas in over a one-loss Alabama. But to make the math easy, undefeated Florida State, undefeated Michigan or Ohio State, and undefeated Washington. So then you think the SEC champion is left out if it's Alabama?
I think it has to be. Like, why even play the games?
Yeah, that would be something. If the last year of the 14 playoff SEC doesn't get anybody in, that would be funny.
I guess that's what I'm rooting for now.
That's what you're rooting for? Now, AY will be pushing the pillars.
Can you imagine all the memes of how much it just means more? Oh my gosh.
That'd be good.
And it would come down to the flag bearer and the absolute the top program. I guess it's not really the top program in the SEC at this point, but the preeminent SEC program dooming their conference in the national title race. That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Texas, Florida State, Big Ten champ, and Washington. Yeah, I mean,
you'd like that.
I do, but I know.
I mean, this year it's shaping up to be very interesting because there's going to be, I think, betting odds are there's going to be the one loss Pac-12 champion and maybe the one loss Texas, and where that leads things if Alabama ends up winning it, that'd be funny.
I know we talked about last week where we are. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago where we are with Oregon, but I might be ready to.
You're ready to jump on? You're ready to jump on the wagon?
Oh no! I mean, I was on, but I wasn't where I'm about to say. They might be the best team.
Oh, I see so many people say that. What
it might be?
What evidence have we seen of that though? I know that they're taking care of business.
They just look good.
I know they look, but so does Michigan. So does Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oregon struggled against
on
the road. I had it early in the season against a 4-5 Texas
Michigan
State.
does look good. I mean, I do think Michigan pulls out the bulldozer this week, but
oh
please, I'm not falling for this little Maryland Mirage again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Michigan Michigan looks good, but Oregon they can spread them out. Oregon looks good. And Lanning, he gets you fired up.
Doesn't get Dan. He gets Dan fired up the other direction.
Oh my! I can't stand him. Yeah. I still cannot stand him.
What else do we have last week here? Last Bedlam game, good for Gundy. Can we spend a minute on? Would this be the most remarkable season? He cashes the over 6.5 season total after losing to USA 3/4 of the way through the season.
That is impressive. I don't know who they play, but I think they lose at least 2 more still.
I hope it's not this weekend.
They only have 3 games left, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I hope it's not this weekend. I've got them -2 in at Mike Brown's rivals down I-4.
Oh, they're losing that one, and they're losing at Houston. Yeah, they're losing the next.
I think they might lose that one to Gus.
Yeah,
very stinky line there, -2. But
yeah,
Ollie, that
I don't see two
they have is very good.
That is bad. Those are some bad teams, and I think the Houston quarterback's out too, right?
Yeah.
He's
going to get to 10 wins after losing to USA. A classic Virginia Tech season, right there.
Oh, some teams just bring their lunch pail.
Yes, indeed. Brian Ferentz is still there, right? He's just done after the season. He's still calling the games. Was that announced? I don't know.
I believe
it was announced. Brian Ferentz was announced. He's not coming back next year, but he's still there. I believe he's finishing out the year. You'd think he would let it rip and just go with it, but 10-7 game in Wrigley. That was hilarious to watch. And it was fireworks at the end there, right? They tied it up 7-7 at the end, and then Iowa goes right down the field and kicks a field goal to win it 10-7.
Yeah, their kicker was fired up, rightfully so.
No, rightfully so. Iowa Gers opened at like 28.5 or something like that.
Yeah, somebody said today, just to be safe, tease the 22.5. Is that being safe though?
That's not safe.
I don't know if that's safe.
I watched a little last week.
Whimsical was really turning into quite the calamity. It was pretty funny, the timing of both pick sixes he had against Michigan and Ohio State. Not that I mean, it's just funny to see that he was involved in both of those. I didn't think the pick was even that bad. I think it was a really great play, but yeah, I don't like the tease in the 22 either.
I don't feel good about it. Yeah, spoiled. Yeah, gross game.
Yeah.
Then it wasn't. I know the graphic made its rounds. It was the fifth highest scoring game at Wrigley this year.
I think there were 6 that were definitely higher scoring.
So maybe it was the 7th highest thing. I mean, 10-7's not. I mean, for a baseball game, you can definitely get that.
There were definitely 6 that were higher scoring.
That's amazing.
I think they were showing.
So embarrassing.
Good stuff. Very good stuff. Other news Georgia was in a tussle with Mizzou for a while. Like we said, Georgia. Nobody's been impressive this year. Not Brock. What's his name?
Beck.
Beck's not Brock. I was going to say Brock Vanderbilt. But Carson Beck has looked good. He hasn't looked bad, but again, I don't know what to make of that offense.
I saw Beck in the second round of a mock draft the other day.
Yeah, they love. I mean, he's
What are we doing?
I mean, I think that speaks to the level of quarterback play. Also, it's outside of like the top 10 in the NFL. Like,
true, but it wasn't. It was also in upcoming draft with how deep that pool is.
Yeah.
But
now, if your
also,
quarterback is compared to to CJ Stroud, that's the flavor of the month and a flavor of the week in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you want a little bonus pick this week, Stroud the Bengals? I don't know what the number is, but I think the Bengals just pummel them. Stroud threw for 140 yards the week before this past week. Like,
yeah.
They've got them dreaming big. We could talk about Bama just taking care of business. Zombie Bama, very interesting.
Are you on board with this yet, Dan?
Oh no, absolutely not. I don't think it's I'm not charmed by it. That's what
He's not charmed by it. They aren't a sexy team. They're not killing teams. It's very strange the way they're going about business.
Background's doing weird things right now.
I know. I saw that. Yeah, your face, the full face blur. You are the background, man.
Is it going to be Bama Oregon in the championship?
Maybe.
That'd be something.
Maybe.
That would be something. The one news and note from this week. Grinch biting the dust. There will be no Grinch this Christmas. Be off the back of giving up 52 points to Washington. Did you see the stat though about their running back? I think it's Dylan Johnson.
No.
What was the stat?
He had like 260 some odd yards or whatever running. 199 of them came before contact.
It's pretty good.
It's not what you want.
That's not what you want.
No.
He's not getting contacted till he's like 7 or 8 yards downfield most times. Not good. And I think they're 14.5. Are we picking them this week? We are, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's on the slate.
Ken, you realize you're talking about your conference foe right now.
Yeah, I listen. I can't wait.
You play him next year.
Yeah. Penn State's going to run roughshod. Nick Singleton, this is going to be his reemergence. He's going to run for 250 yards against Lincoln next year.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, the USC is going to be pretty bad, but yeah.
USC will be gross, but I look
Especially
forward.
because do we think we think Lincoln's gone?
Oh, that's the question.
I would leave if I were him.
That would be funny. Will he be in Las Vegas?
Could be.
Could be.
That'd be good. I mean, that could be good. That could be bad. Maybe I want him to stay there with his defense.
I don't know who the heck they're going to hire, but
there's only one man that can fix it.
Third favorite season of the year, carousel season coming up very soon.
It's got to be Del Rio.
Where's he at these days?
He's the Commies defensive coordinator. So
okay,
still.
Yep.
Good for him. All right, Dan, you don't want to talk about your? I mean,
I only saw a few plays of it. From what I gather, there was some chicanery. Obviously, the ridiculousness, fumbling on the goal line could have been up a little bit more. Something about an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, which when I was looking at it and trying to make sense, I was like, what is going on there right now? No, I didn't go back and really watch. I saw the highlight of the fumble, and then they were eventually going to score some points. So yeah, not much to add. It was. I mean, it was. I don't think the super weapon was calibrated, but it was shimmying a little bit.
There were some reverberations felt.
There was still not enough power from the discharge against Louisville.
Yeah.
Which maybe you could argue
it may be a good
Louisville's
shot.
continued success
Yeah.
is the reason why it wouldn't discharge again.
One that
If
ages
Louisville
well.
won the tank, maybe it would have refired. I don't know. But no, yeah, it's just a mess of a season. Gonna play it out, and I don't know what the heck they're gonna do.
I mean, if I imagine he'll jump back in and have a more successful season next year. What amount of success do you think he needs next year to stay around?
Hopefully, he has. I mean, I think.
How about crosshairs though? The crosshairs are moving around right now.
I wouldn't bother moving him for at least a couple more years. Yeah. The key to the whole situation.
It's another three win season next year, right?
What's that?
Unless the wheels fall off, it's another 3-win season next year.
But then I still think he'd have another year, and then you have to see how that went. I think so, but I forget what his contract is. Yeah, the key is not having to pay him anything to go away, or any coach for that matter. The best case scenario was going 8-4, 7-5, solid, whatever, and then Michigan State or whoever scoops him up, takes him off our hands, and then we try another bite at the apple. Yeah. But it can be argued as we enter this 12-team playoff era that, well, theoretically they would have made it 1 year. So I don't know. It's painful. It's a painful process.
It is.
And we'll see. Because I know what I would want, but there's just not going to be the same appetite.
You want Kleiman or Leipold?
Oh, I would take both easily in a heartbeat.
He wants Tom Rees.
Ooh.
Well, that's okay.
Look at the offense he's putting together down there.
I will say it's interesting. There's been some. I wouldn't even call them rumblings. I would call them cries for a poaching JMU OC Mike Shanahan, former Pitt receiver, and Norwin.
Oh, Mike Shanahan. I remember him.
Yep. It's just crazy that he's the OC, and then Tino's involved in that staff somehow. That would be a scary thought, but
wow.
Yeah. So something to look at.
The boys are coming home.
Yeah. But that's I would think they're going to fire Frank Cignetti, but I don't know. They're probably going to fire the offensive line
Frank Cignetti and then go after another Cignetti's troops.
Like I heard the stat this morning. Weekly plug for Panther Layer podcast. Because I just don't look into any of this stuff now, so I'm just regurgitating. But I think they're second or third worst in penalties, and they have an obscene number of false start penalties, which can be attributed to a few different things. There's some theories out there, but yeah, it's not good. See what happens. I don't know. I don't really have much of because I don't think firing him unless he's basically at the end of his contract makes much sense.
Right.
But
all right. Shall we jump in?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Let me pull up the sheet here. I know the first game's pretty sweet.
It always is.
We're going the noon slate.
Oh, my God.
Maryland, Nebraska. Nebraska catching 2.5. This is talk about just two teams that one Nebraska I said on here at least 5 times and never picking again. And two, Maryland, who just free falls every freaking year.
It is like clockwork. You try and say, oh, maybe there's someone missing.
It's lockwork.
It's September, they're so good, and then when Sarktober hits,
if they're lucky,
it is just like lockwork. It is lockwork.
I'm taking Rule here.
I'm
taking them.
I'm on the ball because Rule lost to Michigan State. There's
Rule
my
did lose. That's a bad loss.
there's my next level analysis.
That is a bad loss. Yeah.
I'm taking Maryland here, if only for to continue pushing the pillars in the event that Penn State does get in the 11-1 three-way tiebreaker. We need some Nebraska losses here for our other brethren.
Interesting, yeah.
So I will continue pushing pillars here. I also don't think, Maryland is altogether that bad, though. I think they'll stop the bleeding here. I'll take them to win by a touchdown here. Get off the schneid. Though
You just doing the Arduzzi thing there is. I just realized I forgot to look up what you said about McCord.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing it tomorrow. I'm
Okay.
listening to it.
Okay.
I'll report back. I'll get an official transcript.
Yeah. Though, yeah, Talier, he started the game out like 17 for 17 last week. Like, he can throw the ball. He's accurate. He ends up having to press too much because they had no run game last week.
Yeah.
And so I think they ended up with negative 49 yards or something like that rushing, which is amazing. But he threw the ball. So I think he could get the ball going here. And Nebraska's defense is by no means Penn State's defense. So I'll take them to win by touchdown here.
Okay.
Dan, who'd you take?
Foul.
Wow.
Yep.
All by myself.
Yep. Yeah, you're on 3 times now. You left the
Miami,
deal by yourself.
Florida State laying 14.
One of my favorite rivalries here. Hasn't been very meaningful in a couple of decades, but
I'm throwing the records out with Miami.
You're taking the points.
Who Van Dyke is he benched or
I thought he was hurt.
It seems ambiguous the status of him, but I don't.
Maybe they're saving faith for him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's another game where Florida State putzes around for a while and ends up winning by like 17. I'll go 34-17.
I love this number here, 14. Way too many. If Miami wins on the field, will not be surprised one bit.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that.
Would not be
I
surprised.
would love that. Please.
If you're into
Please.
the wagering type of things, to borrow freshman Gilly, actually from a VR from the sports betting diaspora, and sprinkle a little bit here.
Diaspora.
Sprinkle a little bit on that U money line because FSU's they're playing a little bit of fire recently.
I mean, you can go back to that BC game, 9-3.
I know, but somebody made a case about
9-3 C.
BC's kind of nice.
9-3 BC. That's another question about the speaking of playoffs that we touched on earlier. If Florida State loses one to say Miami and they go 12-1, do you think they're in?
No.
I don't think so either. But we shall see. That in that case, I need to be rooting for Miami, right?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Though I guess it really doesn't matter because, I guess it does. If Ohio State goes undefeated and then Penn State's in 11-1, that would be important. So I should be on the other side, but instead we root for being right? On to another ranked matchup out west. This seems like it's a good spot to bet Utah, right? Washington has been up and down against inferior teams. Obviously, they pulled it out against USC last week. High flying affair. They'll be facing a stiffer defense this time around. Coming off, they got a nice emotional win in Southern California last week. You think they're going to be a little down, not down, but little hangover effect going on here?
I don't, but I think that's just because Utah's offense is lousy. Thank you for the autoplay ad once again.
Yeah.
I will go. Although they did, I'm seeing 55-3. That's hilarious against the Sparky. I got Washington 38-21 or something.
Okay.
I think I'm with Dan here. My initial thought was Washington. His number looks low because of obviously Utah doesn't have to do on offense. Washington, I get it off the emotional win, but so I thought, you know what, the number seems low. I should probably take Tar. But I think we're going to enjoy this Washington ride a little longer. And yes, they've had some close calls. I'm just going to say they don't really have one here. I mean, 14 points, but yeah, 9.5. They'll cover that.
Okay, all right. I will go the other direction. I think it'll be a good game. I'll take like a 5-point win here.
But is Rising playing?
No, Rising's out for the whole year. Didn't they already say that?
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm teasing because I think we said that every time we pick the Utah game for the first.
Is Rising playing? That's a good question. I will take Utah here to cover. If only because I need to make up some ground on you guys.
True.
That's fair play.
Speaking of making up ground, Kent State now first and goal at the Bowling Green 6.
Yeah, they touchdown. They
yeah. So what is that? That should be 35-20. Maybe they go for 35-21.
Yeah, they punted it away, but they're signaling too. Yeah, they punted it away, but then they got a nice pick with the guy's legs.
Ooh.
They punch it in here. If we get a 2, a stop, and a score, someone
could be really happy. Or $900,000, Richard, maybe.
True. Got to count for the vigorish.
The vigorish.
It's like we got a little. What the heck is this?
Well, it would be $910,000, Richard, right?
I'm done with math for the day.
Yeah.
What was the spread? What did he bet? 10. What did they bet? 10.5.
10.5. 10.5.
Well,
it's not gonna. Did they miss the 2?
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't matter.
I mean, it shouldn't change anything. Yeah, it shouldn't change. They're going to go for touchdowns from here on out.
Yeah, I thought it was 35-18. Yeah, 35-19. Okay.
Yeah. It shouldn't change anything. Okay.
Tennessee.
So the next time they're going to go for 2 again now, right? So if they go for 2 again and they miss,
10-point game.
It'll be 10. Okay, it'll be 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
High drummer.
All right. Next up, Mizzou. Oh, this one gets interesting. This one is interesting, and we'll set up for some interesting theater if Ole Miss can pull it off later in the evening. Right. I'm excited for this game. I'm interested to see. Tennessee obviously hasn't been what they've been cracked up to be, or like what people were expecting after the high flying year last year. Mizzou, on the other hand, is Luther Burden hurt? Do we have Don Best to corroborate here?
I don't know. I was going to ask you. I don't know.
Hard to say here. It appears Eli Drinkwitz concerned about Luther Burden III's status versus Tennessee. Do you think he's playing possum? I don't know.
He could be.
He could be playing possum.
I don't think it matters.
You don't think it matters?
And the end result of the game, no. Missouri wins.
Whoa!
I'm with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I was impressed by just the physicality of Missouri last week. So yeah.
Yeah. They had a good game against Georgia. Now the question is, are they spent after last week emotionally?
The E-tank, especially this time of year.
After a loss like that.
No, I think they got I think they got one in the chamber here.
Mm.
I don't know who they have the following week as I look it up right now, but that would be a play against for sure. As I see. But yeah, this week they're good. Next week they host Florida, so wow, they could be on.
Wow, Florida's can get them. That's for sure.
They could be on the old Notre Dame type emotional month bender.
Georgia's on that right now. They
Yeah,
go
Georgia's enough 5 stars they can handle it.
Who'd they have before this Mizzou game? Oh, they had not Kentucky. They had Vanderbilt, right?
That sounds right.
Yeah, they had Vanderbilt. Then they had Mizzou, then Ole Miss, then Tennessee coming up.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Bowling Green just had a 60-yard kick return.
Oh, bummer.
Were they trying onside kick?
No, okay, we kicked it deep.
Oh no.
I will go. I'm going to go UT here again, if only to make up some ground on you guys or fall further behind. But I do think from watching that Tennessee-Kentucky game, I like the physicality. I think they've got some good pieces back there. Milton is gross, but I think he can do enough to get, squeak out like a 2-point win here. I'll take 23-21 the victory for these guys, for Tennessee.
Yeah, I was thinking that the last time I invoked the emotional tank, it was to the positive about Purdue, and they didn't do shit against Iowa.
Okay.
Top 10 matchup coming up here. This is kind of the year this is. Ole Miss is number 9, and it just
That's gross.
no, they're not the 9th best team.
Well, are they the 9th best team?
I guess
They
they
might
are,
be.
but if you
You're
rub
saying
out-
Penn State's the 9th best team, you're saying.
well, no, Jimmy says they're the 2nd best team. If we look at I'm gonna look at the AP or the playoff rankings the last 3 years this week of the number 9 team, and I would think they're all better than this number 9 Ole Miss. But
You're going to find Texas A&M in one of those number 9s, like 3 of the years.
Come on.
Ole Miss catching 9.5 at Georgia. I feel like once a year we say, oh, maybe Lane can cook something up here.
I said it against Alabama.
I mean, he kept it close for a while in that game.
We're thinking he can cook something up here against Georgia.
I don't think so, no.
I think, you're going coverage.
I am, yep. 31-14 or 17, something. Something in that neighborhood, if I had to guess.
Oh, what are you seeing? What happened?
There's a 3rd and 7. Bowling Green broke a run to the end zone. The guy pulled up lame at the 10-yard line and ran out of bounds.
I don't think I have the SN here at the.
He could have scored if he wanted to.
I've been trying to put this game on.
But his right knee just gave out. Instead of hobbling for 7 yards, he just jumped out of bounds.
Maybe the fix is in.
Fix is in. He's getting a piece of that $1 million or $900,000.
Oh, and they're showing the replay. 3rd and 7. Nice move. Broke his tackle at 30. Down to the 20, 15. Oh, no, I guess he ran out of bounds the 13. But he could have scored, yeah. That was just so odd. I'm with Dan here. I'm going coverage. As much as Georgia hasn't looked amazing, they looked better.
Yeah.
I think we're
I just have not been off the scent. I have not been knocked off the scent by some of these performances.
I think we're just looking. I'm just looking for something and someone to latch onto to say they are the best, and I haven't found it yet. So maybe this week we'll find something. Georgia covers.
Show me something to believe in.
Yeah, somebody.
Kenny, you believing in Lane?
Show me something real.
Something Lane?
I'm believing in Lane. I believe
Oh
in
my
Atlanta.
God! This
think
is
it's
this
enough.
is the separation Saturday, or
I think it's enough for a 7-point loss here.
I think he'll get a backdoor in there late, but yeah, I think it's like 24-10, and he'll get a set. He'll get a touchdown late. It's 24-17.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
We're pushing in our chips, and I imagine it's going to be a split pot with these games. Half of us are going to be right.
Texas traveling to TCU. TCU getting 10. This is the easiest.
TCU's ass.
This is the easiest pick of the week.
Yeah, I'm going Texas.
It's the easiest one of the week. This is TCU.
Oh my gosh, this is insane. I wrote these down. I will share my screen. I wrote these down. I am with AY once again.
This is a layup.
Yep. They are ass though, Ken. You're right.
TCU is ass. I'm going Texas here. Is yours back? We don't know. It doesn't matter.
I think this is the silver or place, if you will, for the rat lines of the week. We already touched upon it. We'll see if it comes up later. Ray, we're not picking a game. Yeah, we're not picking. Oklahoma State UCF, I think, is still the
rat line of the week.
I think it might be. We'll see though.
I put it in my parlay, my $5 free parlay.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State -2.
There's
I see Bowling Green punched it in.
Yeah,
Bowling Green
curtains on that one.
So long to $1 million. Is it a write-off? Business.
You just gotta claim
a mattress promotion going on in Kent, Ohio.
Just say
So you think so? Does Mattress Mac get to write it off as a loss?
I'm
When
sure
he-
there's some shenanigans.
There's some loophole in Texas, I bet.
Yeah.
He's from Louisiana, though. Oh no, he's from Texas. But doesn't he place it in Louisiana or something like that?
Yeah, it's. I can guarantee you he's all right.
He's finding a way out of that stuff.
Well, I know he does the thing where he just he does the emotional hedge with his mattresses.
With his
Yeah,
customers. Customers either get a championship or a mattress.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
What would you go for, Dan?
Depends.
Championship for sure, right? Championship for sure.
Logo first. Always.
Florida LSU. LSU laying 14 here. I'm not sure why I put this on there, but I did.
I
Filler
will.
game. Can so help me if you say what I think you're going to say.
I'll take some coverage here from Florida.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah,
we have an agreement finally.
We all agree here.
Wow.
We
okay.
all agree.
This is the fall
Wow,
flat.
so I was close to disagreeing again.
This is the crash and burn game, I think, for LSU.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one. As long as Florida doesn't wear those jerseys,
We don't know where
name
Jaden
on it
is,
back.
right? We don't know where Jaden is.
It doesn't matter because they have two Heisman possible quarterbacks.
Wow, who said that?
Either Feldman or Mandel preseason.
Oh.
I almost
The nuts.
threw up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, you got just stop.
Or were they talking about Florida?
Definitely wasn't Florida. Definitely wasn't on Mercy. And we'll round it out with USC Oregon. Oregon laying 15.
I got it at 14, so I'll pick the push and win. Yeah, I think we'll see some bounce back here from Caleb. I think he doesn't want the last thing people remember from him this season to be him crying, but I don't think it'll be enough because I think USC's defense is amazingly going to be worse after Grinch gone.
I mean, we saw what Oregon did to Colorado. I think it'll be similar as far as scoring goes. I think Caleb will be able to score a little more points, but I'll go 48 to like 20, 24.
This is gonna be like 70-49.
Oh, that'd be bad. That'd be a lot. But
Maybe
yeah, I'll go
find a
48,
place
48,
to lightning bet the
48.
over. What if Lincoln's like, you know what? We're just gonna run the play clock down.
Oh, if he plays some Narduzzi ball.
Yeah. Paul Christ is the
Paul
king.
Chris is the originator, yes.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's not Narduzzi doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You can't give him credit for anything. Paul
But you're
Christ.
taking
I was talking to one of his former players this weekend.
Oh yeah?
In the wedding of my cousin's husband. Well, now husband. Yeah, played on. I guess he was telling the story. So he made the team with Wanstead as a walk-on, and then had to try out for the team again with Graham. I don't know. It was unclear whether he actually made it or not because he just wanted to talk about how great of a guy Paul Christ was. So I said he's my favorite coach they've ever had. Believe it or not, I'm not just saying that. Wanstead's up there, and Willett is a one of one.
Well, that is the one. He's the one.
Yeah, Paul Christ is my favorite. So,
I like that.
Anyway.
So you're going landing.
Yeah. Will it be a sweep or does AY pull his nose with this?
Lanning is just. I'm just getting this vibe. He's just the
War
Jimmy
machine.
Franklin of the West.
War
Just
machine.
do whatever he can
Oh,
to cover
Juke
here.
Juke the stats.
Yep.
You know he's telling his guys all these showing. He's probably just in the team meeting showing these freaking Wendy's commercials with Caleb Williams. If Oregon was coached by anybody besides Lanning or Jimmy Franklin, I would take USC here. But they're not. They're coached by Lanning. So I'm
and
gonna
maybe Jimmy Franklin.
Oregon covers. They're gonna score a lot, and they're gonna eat Caleb Williams. Caleb might have to have his one shining moment thing against UCLA this year.
Yeah.
Saving it for that. It actually would make sense, and you can sit out the bowl game and end on that note. So that's what I'm going with.
All right.
Or he
Which
could
is-
come back. Who knows?
But just know I wanted to take USC, but Lanning
Prevented.
is no mercy.
All right. I got Pitt winning and covering against the Qs.
I have Pitt winning and covering as well. I got him at money line minus 115 earlier.
I believe we will see some Carlos Del Rio Wilson once again.
Dino has quit. He knows he's out the door. I don't think that was a kidney shot. I will I'm on Pitt here.
I mean, I didn't take Pitt like once. I think I only took not Pitt once all year, so I'm on Pitt too.
All on Pitt. Wow.
Look at that. Wait, didn't we all have them? We all had them covering last week.
Yeah, we all had him. So
And did we all have? I think we all had them against Virginia Tech. That didn't work out.
I forget. All right. Well, it's that time. I won't dive too deeply here. Listen, Penn State. I think oh my God. I think we got a pick six here in Kent. Oh, that guy hawked him.
We all had Pitt against BT, yes.
Yeah.
I switched to the Panthers game. The Panthers scored in overtime.
Panthers.
No, I'm lost, so I can't go ahead.
Go ahead, Ken.
You can go back to the Spurs game. Oh no,
It's over.
It's over.
Everything
Texas
done.
won.
Never mind. Okay. Well, I mean, Michigan, we don't know if they're good or not. That's been what the refrain has been. I think it's safe to say they're good.
They haven't been as efficient running game wise. I think they have, not that they're the same here, but you're seeing some of the similar issues with Donovan Edwards, as you see with Nick Singleton. From what I hear, he's a guy that is trying to play right and hit the right holes, and isn't you're not seeing it as much right this time around. Last year, obviously, he hit the big runs, but who do they lead up for the short ones? That's Blake. The quarterback they got, McCarthy, is good. He's very good. I think he'll be an NFL guy. Roman Wilson, he's strong receiver. And then they got a couple of good tight ends. So I think they've got what it takes to stress Penn State's defense out. Obviously, the big thing coming out of last year's game with all the running was, Penn State wasn't big enough. Their defensive tackles, they come in bigger this year. They put on a lot of weight. I think Manny and his guys are going to have a big chip on their shoulder after what happened last year. So I do expect a very low-scoring game this time around. Obviously, Penn State's offense has not shown very much this year. I think it is a good sign that we saw some of Dante Cephas kind of appearances last week against Maryland. Obviously, it's against Maryland, but maybe it's a sign of things to come. I don't think they'll be able to get much going in the run game from Nick Singleton. Maybe if you get one big pop here or there, or I wouldn't say there, just here once. I don't think it'll happen there or a second time. That'd be big. But I think you got to lean on Kaytron Allen to keep people on schedule. They've been on schedule. Penn State gets to 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, but the issue is they don't convert it, right? And so I think they will. It'll be hard. It'll be a grind. Kaytron Allen's been the master of getting 5 or 6 yards out of what should be a 2 or 3 yard gain, right? I think they're going to see a lot more of those 2 and 3 yard gains than you'll see elsewhere. What are we getting in here? What is this? What are we showing?
This is what's on the homepage of Penn State football on ESPN right now.
What am I looking at?
Why McAfee doesn't envy those making CFP decisions. He is, go on, continue.
I like that. All this to say, I think Penn State can stress Michigan a little bit on defense. I think that they're going to be able to stymie them. And the key will be here if they can get a big play or get out ahead. Because Michigan and Penn State are very similar. They lean on teams. They don't explode against them, and they really lean on the physicality to tire people out and then impose in the second half. You'll see Penn State do that. Obviously, they couldn't do that against Ohio State. Both teams very much play from ahead teams. And so the key here, if you're a Penn State fan, which I'm not, is to get a lead early. I think with the way the team has been focused, I think you could expect for a big play here early. The question is how Michigan will respond. I'm interested to see, especially if these reports coming out this evening are true, if Harbaugh gets suspended and is not coaching, how the team would respond if they're playing from behind. I think I think Penn State can get this one done at home. I think they'll get out to a fast lead, but then it'll be nip and tuck from there. Maybe 7-3 or 10-7 at the half. I think it'll turn on a play here and there where McCarthy is forced to throw the ball, and Penn State's defense, the secondary, has not been as good as some have expected them to be coming into this year. I think we get a big play out of them. I like Penn State here. I think the crowd will be very into it. It's shaping up to be the biggest game at Beaver Stadium in James Franklin tenure, and I think they have enough to pull something out here, like 23-20.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not wavering.
No waverage.
Very matter of fact.
Yes. Told you I wasn't diving deep there. You guys have both already said Michigan rolls here, right?
Well, I wouldn't say roll. I'll say they win by like 10 or something stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I use the term bulldozer. A little unfair. Just setting the tone for the pod. This game was at Michigan. 37-7. I just what I think. The Penn State home field advantage is probably the biggest in the country.
No way. You think?
Just the way, I'm not saying with the crowd effect. I'm saying just with the way the team plays.
Oh, you don't think like
crowd.
Utah's got a bigger one?
Okay, top 5. I think it's top 5. The way the crowd effect and the way Penn State plays at home.
They are very, very amped up, and
I think it's just a completely different team.
they are, yeah.
Therefore, it was Ohio State 20-13. Michigan's got to be a little better than Ohio State. We'll go 20-10 Michigan. Slow start, maybe nip and tuck the first half, and Michigan asserts, leans, wears Penn State down in the second half. I'm not falling for this Penn State offensive trick we saw last week. And they showed who they were on offense to an extent against Ohio State, but last week was on the road, and they did do some good things. This week is at home. They are different at home. Defense will be fired up. Huge revenge factor. And the biggest factor is, where is Michigan with this Harbaugh stuff?
Are they circlage of wagons? That is something I'm very worried about.
You could go either way. I know last week they played well, but amid all the allegations and suspension and stallions and yada yada yada, you don't know where these 20-year-old kids. You don't know where their heads are at, what they're reading. A road trip to a hostile environment could be
exactly what they need.
I think they could just maybe fall apart, band together. But at the end of the day, they just lean on the run game and just the trenches, just an issue. But 20-10, Michigan.
A huge important factor is the mental state of Drew Allar. Obviously, he did not handle the pressure well, and he was plainly off in Columbus. Even when they weren't necessarily getting pressure, he was very rattled. So having good things happen, staying on schedule and comfortable, very, very important here for the young quarterback. And ever more important to have something good happen early if you're a Penn State fan, early on next or day after tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Also day after tomorrow if you want a good Friday, hopefully. That's it.
Ox talking about bringing some
pheasant meat.
That too, but some some kind of cider. I don't know.
Oh, mulled cider, hard cider.
There's a lot of text there. I didn't read.
I like it. I like it.
They're arguing about carrying it in an Uber. I was like, yeah. All right, let's finish it up here with some locks of the week.
Yeah. I'm going to lock up Pitt and how gross. I'm taking Pitt.
Oh, why, Ken? Why would you do that to yourself? That's ballsy. I'm doing North Carolina minus 14.5 against Duke.
I was at dinner with a Duke alum tonight, and it was it's sad. He's very excited about this year, and now he's worried about losing both his quarterback and his coach.
Yep. So it goes. Boo-hoo is a
and nothing to show for it, right?
Duke fan Kevin?
Not Duke fan Kevin. Other Duke fan.
Did he say losing his quarterback to the NFL or another school?
To Alabama or another game. I guess technically I brought that up. He was worried about Elko leaving.
Fair. Which definitely could. the guy I wrestled with this, and since Cam went gross, I think I'm just gonna mirror him and go gross. I'm gonna take the 7.5. I'm gonna take BYU at home against Iowa State.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my god, that is creative.
Yeah, partly because Iowa State pissed me off last week when we took them and lost, and they didn't get home for us against Kansas, who was down to their third string quarterback.
Yeah.
That irks me. So
Is
yeah,
Bean back?
I think he's back this week. It doesn't matter because I'm avoiding the Kansas game. Kansas against Texas Tech.
I did take Texas Tech plus 4.5.
That's tomorrow, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So you can add Keydon to your portfolio this week.
Oh no, that's Thursday. It is at noon on Saturday.
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
They play last Thursday, maybe? No.
Yeah, they played TCU last Thursday. Because Rooster kept saying Rooster was calling it the Texas game multiple times. Then he called it the Texas A&M game. And I was like, no, it's the other two Texas teams, Texas Tech and Texas Christian. He is one of a kind, the Rooster.
Oh yeah.
We need to set up a guest pod. Bring on. We need to have a timer where we automatically hit the button to cut them off. But Roost and Barbalace.
Oh god, yeah.
Just
Barbalace traveling abroad, I won't say where, to give up his location, but he will not be in the country this week or this weekend.
Do you think Penn State has a chance against Michigan?
I was thinking about the Manti Te'o situation randomly the other day, and like who could actually fall for that, because I still don't believe any of it, as has been told. I was like, I think Barb's could get catfished, especially in 2012.
Oh, especially in 2012, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know why because I was just trying to think, like, who do I know that would fall for that? And that was who I came up with.
So we got UNC, Pitt, BYU. As SGP says, birdcage it. We'll see you next week for that. Can enjoy the game. Say hi to Auk for me.
I will.
Yeah, don't get too testy with him.
I won't.
Yeah, he's reeling with this, how bad the Bills are. Somebody called the Bills. Somebody said. Somebody in the chat the other day said, in the golf trip chat, said, "Are the Bills frauds?" And he got so upset. We're down another linebacker on defense. So just be careful with your buttons, because you can push them.
So he would argue that the term frauds is not the right term. It's just that they're depleted.
Exactly, yeah.
Because they're not getting back. Milano's out for the year, I think, right?
Yeah, and he got hurt in the Jags game, and we still haven't talked about that game yet. he went silent for like 2 days, and then texted me randomly. I still haven't brought that to him.
This has been.
Oh, it's okay.
I wish I had that problem between the vacuum business.
Oh, the vacuum business is amazing.
The Pickett to Stroud comparisons and the George Pickens stuff. I can't avoid it. Like, they're Penguins beat writers just weighing in randomly.
What's Pickens doing?
What's that?
What's Pickens doing?
Tomlin said yesterday he's just a pebble in his shoe. Yeah.
He's just pissed because he had one catch for 22 yards 2 games ago, and then one catch for -1 yard last week.
Right.
It's been since Deontay Johnson.
Well, if he had any freaking
if he caught that touchdown,
dexterity
touchdown last weekend.
He needed a little more dexterity.
Yeah, last Thursday, if he had any footwork, he would have had a touchdown.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, they're not getting him enough, but I don't know. There's too much to be said in the last 5 minutes of a podcast.
Before we leave, do the Steelers, one, do they win this week? Two,
Yes.
do they outgain?
That's the question. I hope they don't.
I guess
I would
at this point, it doesn't matter if you're winning.
Yep. I think, I would like this streak that it pisses some people off. It's funny.
As gross as it is.
It is ridiculous. I don't know what to say about it other than
the team's 5-3 with that.
not designed to be the team is the philosophy is not that of an air raid team. Just put it that way.
That's such a Tomlin thing. He probably loves it.
But even going back, you look at all that, that's like everybody. So you can't even say like, well, look at Ben's first 3 years and give, Kenny at least, 2 full seasons of a chance. It's like, no, that's insulting to Ben.
Ben went like 15-1 his first season, didn't he?
Yeah, record wise, but he didn't throw for the first time he threw 3 touchdowns in a game. He had also had 3 interceptions.
I think
it was in his second year.
130 yards in the Super Bowl.
And the team was the team around him was much better than this team, but this team's still okay. So we'll see. I think they make the playoffs.
Are you seeing some of these names for tomorrow's basketball? APB is hosting Champion Christian. Some of these
APB is in Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a sweet game.
BMI. I don't think there's a line on that one. BMI is hosting Christendom. Just one Christendom. One word.
Some of those have to be NAIA, right?
I have no idea.
Are they allowed to play? I don't even know what the
Are they allowed to play in that? I have no idea.
That's why I don't even know what the
Evansville, University of Evansville. Are they D1 even? Or are they
Evansville is, yeah.
Evansville's D1, yeah.
I think South Dakota State.
Are they newly D1? Or no, they hosted
Maybe Kentucky.
Right. Oh yeah, they did. You're right.
Walter McCarty.
They are hosting University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy.
Well, that's
That's fake, right?
you don't just walk in and out of a win.
Well,
Southern Utah. This one's good. Southern Utah is not hosting Pacific Life, the insurance company. They're hosting Life Pacific. Life Pacific University. Look at that.
Candy, you gotta get on the chopper after the Penn State game and go up for UFC 295
I don't think I've got the suite for that one. No.
at the MSG.
No, I don't think so. I got invited to a Knicks game. That's about it. I don't think I'm high enough VIP for that.
I wonder if I was wondering if they'll have Trump there. Something to look out for.
You have to report back. Let us know.
We will.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay, good stuff this week, guys. Week 11 preview in the books. For me, AY, from the University of California State, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, D-Berg to my west,
Good night, all.
and Can to my east.
Have a good night, all. Stay safe, stay warm, and get ready for big Separation Saturday.
Yep.
In our
Absolutely.
standings. In our standings.
Enjoy the game this weekend, Kent. And we will be back next weekend. Have a good one. See you there.